On the vast savanna, where survival is the only rule, the lion emerges as an image of strength and instinct. Every hunt is a confrontation between life and death, where even a small mistake can determine fate. Every step, every breath of the predator carries a cold, calculated intent. In that world, there is no room for pity, only instinct and timing that decide who will survive. The morning was quiet, the early sunlight casting a thin golden hue over the meadow. A zebra had just given birth, the little foal wobbling on its weak legs, its breath as faint as mist. In the first few minutes of life, the world was both vast and fragile. A lioness watched from afar. She knew this moment when the cub couldn't run, couldn't perceive danger. A single moment's delay, and the opportunity would slip away. Instinct drove her forward, as light as the wind rustling through the grass. There was no roar, no chase. Every movement was silent, neat, and precise. When the grass settled, nature returned to its usual tranquility. But in that brief moment, life and death had met. At midday, under the scorching sun, the dry, cracked earth stretched across the savanna. A herd of African buffalo moved slowly toward the watering hole. Each adult weighed over 1,500 pounds, with thick, curved horns and a strong, protective instinct. Their only shield against the harsh elements was their solidarity. In the nearby bushes, more than 10 lions lurked in the tall grass. They had patiently watched the buffalo herd all morning, searching for the moment to strike. Buffaloes were formidable opponents. A single goring could injure a predator, but hunger prevented the lions from retreating. A weak, old male buffalo lagged behind, becoming the focal point. The encirclement gradually closed, silent footsteps drawing closer. The buffalo fought back fiercely, butting forcefully and kicking repeatedly, forcing several lions to dodge. But its strength was gone, its breathing becoming heavier with each passing second. When the time came, the lions charged from multiple directions. After a brief struggle, the buffalo collapsed in silence. Finally, the lions seized their prey, dividing the meal among themselves in the fading afternoon sun. On the savanna, perseverance and strategy had brought victory, reminding us of the immutable law of nature. Only those who wait will endure. As morning dawned on the savanna, the first rays of sunlight bathed the tall grass in golden light. Silence descended, broken only by the hoarse laughter of a few hyenas fighting over leftover bones. From afar, a pride of lions appeared, moving slowly but powerfully, as if even the wind and earth had to yield. A long-standing feud existed between lions and hyenas, two predators sharing the same land, the same food source, and the same territorial ambitions. A large male lion advanced, its mane blazing in the fading light. The others fanned out, forming a circle. The hyenas growled, but the disparity in strength made them hesitate. In just seconds, the lions charged. One hyena was tossed to the ground, struggling to get up amidst the dense encirclement. A roar echoed across the field before quickly fading. The hyena was wounded, but escaped and fled towards the distant forest. The encounter ended without either side falling. This wasn't a hunt, but a warning. On the savanna, power isn't always demonstrated through destruction. Sometimes, simply forcing the opponent to retreat is enough to maintain order. On the vast savanna, the morning air was still tinged with mist. Herds of animals moved slowly through the tall grass, where life and danger always went hand in hand. Amidst this seemingly peaceful scene, a pack of African wild dogs appeared, agile, persistent, and highly vigilant. But a single misstep could lead them to the brink of death, where lions held absolute control. In the distance, a large male lion rested in the shade of the grass. Its eyes followed every small movement until it recognized the intruders. Not out of hunger, but because its territorial instinct kicked in. Suddenly, it leaped from the bushes, its over 420-pound body soaring across the open field, its roar shaking the ground. The wild dogs scattered in panic, their cries carried away by the wind. A few puppies were knocked over, unable to escape. The attack was swift, clean, but fierce. When the dust settled, only the sound of the wind blowing across the empty field and a few small figures fading into the distance remained.
A lion just took the pup.
He's dead.
The lion did not pursue. It stopped, its breathing slow, its gaze calm. On the savanna, territorial transgressions always come at an immediate price. The pack of dogs had lost a few cubs, and the lesson was deeply ingrained. In nature, every boundary has its price. In the misty morning, the ground still bore the tracks of the wildebeest herd from the previous night. They advanced toward new pasture, each step steady but slow. The entire herd migrated relentlessly, searching for safety and food, but danger lurked along every path. A lioness, hidden in the bushes, focused her gaze on a stray wildebeest. She took a few steps forward, then stopped. Instinct and experience dictated her decision: attack or wait. The hesitation lasted only a moment, but nearby, a male lion had chosen differently. It charged forward without hesitation, its heavy body moving with powerful speed. The sudden attack shook the ground. The wildebeest turned to escape, but it was too late. The pounce was powerful, precise, decisive. and the hunt ended faster than a breath. The male lion emerged victorious, while the female simply watched, her eyes filled with a hint of regret. On the sun-drenched savanna, a herd of zebras grazed at the edge of a waterhole. The striking black and white stripes stood out against the dry yellow grass, reflecting the midday sun. They were vigilant, usually detecting danger early, but when the calm lasted too long, their vigilance gradually waned. Not far away, a pride of lions lurked in the bushes. They had been watching the zebras all morning, choosing the most advantageous position to attack. When the lead zebra lowered its head to drink, the signal was given. 2 lionesses lunged from the left, 2 others from behind, while the male lion held the front. The sudden noise startled the zebras. The entire herd sprang into a frenzy, kicking up clouds of dust. One zebra slipped, lost its balance, and was separated from the herd. In a matter of seconds, the lions surrounded and subdued their prey. The attack was swift, decisive, and offered no chance for resistance. When the dust settled, the lions had won completely. The rest of the zebra herd had fled, leaving the open field silent and empty. The hunt concluded with a clear result. The coordinated strength of the lions was always the decisive factor on this harsh savanna. At midday on the savanna, sunlight streamed through the low grass. A herd of gazelles moved slowly, their slender but powerful legs moving in small groups, always alert, but their concentration easily waned during rest periods. Not far away, a lioness lurked among the thick grass. She had been silently watching the gazelles, waiting for the opportune moment. Everything unfolded slowly until a gazelle leaped over a small mound of earth. In an instant, the lioness lunged, pouncing and seizing her prey in midair. The attack ended swiftly, without a roar or a chase. When the grass settled, the lioness had won decisively. On the savanna, patience and precise timing are always key to any hunt. As the sun disappeared below the horizon, the savanna returned to its familiar tranquility. The hunts were over, but the breath of survival still echoed in the air. Each lion's confrontation was not only a display of strength, but also proof of the unchanging laws of nature. On this harsh land, instinct and timing are always the 2 factors that determine fate. On vast grasslands, where sunlight covers the golden grass, lions enter the scene as a symbol of strength and proactive attacks. Each time they face other species, it opens a separate story, where instinct, strategy, and survival boundaries intertwine. The recorded situations show how lions apply their strength to handle challenges from many sides. From the reflexes of prey, the speed of pursuit, to the coordination of the pack, all create the ever-changing rhythm of life in the wild. Crocodiles and lions are both at the top of the food chain. One dominates the land, the other the water. When they meet on the riverbank, it is always a battle of two different strengths. Crocodiles have thick armor and bites of over 3,000 psi, while lions dominate with their pack strength and control on land. One hot afternoon, a large crocodile was stranded on the bank. Seeing a rare opportunity, a pride of lions moved in to surround it. They used their claws and sheer force of numbers to close in. The crocodile countered with a powerful bite, enough to make any young lion back off, but being stuck on land cost it most of its advantage. Eventually, it turned around, dived into the river, and escaped. On another occasion, the crocodile crawled onto the bank near a group of lions feeding on it. Surrounded, it endured the pressure for nearly 20 minutes. Despite its powerful bite, the crocodile was unable to defend itself against attacks from multiple directions. Eventually, it retreated back into the water. As the dust cleared, a young lion stood guard over its prize. The way the pride handled the challenger showed the lion's clear superiority on land, where their siege tactics have forced even the most dangerous creatures to retreat. Spotted hyenas are often misunderstood as scavengers, but research shows that 60 to 90% of their prey is hunted by themselves, relying on their stamina and ability to chase for long periods. On the dry grass, a pack of hyenas was tearing apart a zebra, completely unaware that they were in the male lion's territory. From behind the bushes, lions appeared. The competition between the two species for food was constant, to the point that both had killed each other's cubs to reduce future rivals. Therefore, if a hyena intruded, the lion could attack at any time. In an instant, the lion rushed forward and hit one at the edge of the pack. The hyena fled, but pack instincts caused the group to immediately turn around, surround, and snarl in retaliation. They coordinated well, demonstrating intelligence and the ability to fight together. The confrontation was short but fierce. The lion used his strength and attack to overwhelm the single target, while the hyena tried to drag his comrades away. One escaped, but the other was seriously injured and collapsed. The hyenas gradually retreated, keeping a safe distance. The lion stood still in the open space, breathing heavily, marking the moment when the collision between the individual strength and the team spirit of two species that always confront each other in nature. Cheetahs are the fastest animals in the world, reaching speeds of over 112 kilometers per hour, but their 35 to 60 kilogram body weight makes them completely vulnerable to lions. Competition between the two species is always present. Lions do not hunt to eat cheetahs. Their main goal is to reduce their opponents and narrow their hunting grounds. In an open area, 3 male cheetahs are fighting over a female. The chaos attracts a nearby male lion. Seeing an opportunity, he pounces. The 3 males scatter and run, but the female reacts slower and cannot escape in time. The lion knocks the cheetah down in a split second. With such a huge difference in strength, the cheetah cannot fight back. This is not hunting behavior, but the lion's way of maintaining its dominance in the area. Elsewhere, two cheetahs were walking along the edge of the tall grass. A lioness lurked in the bushes, waiting for the right moment. When they passed, she charged out in a flash. One was held back and fell shortly afterward. The lioness, though not eating the cheetah, was exercising her instinct to control her rival. Gazelles range from 60 to over 110 centimeters tall, are known for their speed of nearly 60 kilometers per hour and their ability to change direction extremely quickly. They are an important food source for many predators, including lions. A single gazelle can feed a pride of lions for hours. On a golden grassland, a pride of lionesses lay close to the ground, crawling slowly through the tall grass. The gazelles in front suddenly spotted them and ran away in chaos. In the panic, one of them slipped and fell into a shallow pit. The nearest lioness immediately rushed forward, capturing the moment when the prey lost its balance. Just a small mistake was enough to end the hunt. In another situation, a blesbok ran away from the first lion and jumped down the edge of the slope. But a second lioness was waiting. It leaped off the ground, leaping nearly 3 meters high, catching the blesbok in mid-air. The lion's rapid acceleration and powerful leaping ability made it a master of close-range ambushes. As the gazelle herd dispersed, the lioness stood over her prey. The grasslands returned to silence, leaving only traces of a chase where instinct, speed, and a momentary mistake had decided everything. African wild dogs, which weigh only 18 to 35 kilograms, are known for their agility and ability to coordinate effectively in packs. They often rely on group tactics to deal with stronger species. In contrast, lions weigh up to 180 to 250 kilograms and sometimes try to eliminate wild dogs to reduce competition in the area. One morning, an older lioness came to drink water. The pack of wild dogs appeared, surrounding her to pressure her to leave. When one individual got too close, the lion reacted and held her for a moment. Immediately, the whole pack joined forces, applying pressure from many directions, forcing the lion to let go. The group tactic helps wild dogs protect their members, especially when facing much larger opponents. Another time, a mother lion led her cub through wild dog territory. The pride is alert and gradually closes the circle. When the distance becomes too close, the mother lion reflexively holds on to an approaching dog, creating space for the cub to retreat. The wild dogs try to pressure their pack to help their group, but when they realize the risk is too great, they decide to retreat. When the area is quiet again, the mother lion stands in front of the cub. These moments show two different survival strategies, one based on group cohesion, the other on the instinct to protect the family. Both reflect how species adapt and survive in a volatile natural environment. Buffalo, which can weigh from 500 to more than 1,200 kilograms, are the lion's most abundant source of energy. But they are also the most dangerous prey. Sharp horns, herd strength, and protective instincts make any predator wary. As the herd slowly moves through the dry streambed, they still believe in the safety that the group brings. Hidden in the tall grass, a lone male lion quietly approaches. Normally, lions hunt in groups to reduce risk, but this time, instinct and determination push him to act alone. Buffalo usually rely on the strength of the group to counterattack, but the surprise leaves them no time to react. The lion suddenly rushes out, choosing the one that is slightly separated from the herd. The buffalo ran away, but the lion accelerated, leaped up, and locked its jaws on its neck. The powerful squeeze cut off its resistance, causing the buffalo to collapse in just a few seconds. Weighing over 180 kilograms, and with a burst speed of 80 kilometers per hour in a moment, it overtook its much larger prey. After taking down the buffalo, the lion began to drag its entire body across the dry streambed, displaying its incredible pulling power and locking jaws, the weapons that made it the ruler of the grasslands. When the dust settled, the buffalo herd stood back to watch, but no one dared to turn back. The male lion held his position firmly beside his prey, breathing evenly and slowly for a moment, asserting his absolute superiority in the life and death confrontation between the two strongest species of the savanna. In the world of lions, internal confrontations are always the most unpredictable challenges. They appear when territory is invaded, when leadership is challenged, or when resources become scarce. Although not always dangerously tense, they still put a lot of pressure on even adult males. In the quiet grasslands, 3 male lions were patrolling when they discovered a stranger entering the boundary. They cautiously approached. The confrontation was intense but short-lived, as the intruder proved more resilient than expected and quickly gained the upper hand. Although it maintained the initiative, it also showed signs of fatigue. In the world of lions, even when temporarily gaining the upper hand, such collisions can still cause strength to decrease over time. As the strange male rested under the canopy, the 2 territorial cubs returned. They worked together like a natural alliance, closing in and pressuring the intruder to leave the area. The brothers stood there for a long time, emitting a deep roar to mark the boundary. In the life of a lion, individual strength is important, but the bond between blood relatives is the factor that helps maintain stability and long-term power. Amidst the soft sounds of the grasslands, the image of the lion appears as a strong dot of wild nature. Through each encounter, they show their leadership instinct and how to adapt to countless challenges. Each species that the lion faces has its own strategy, creating a delicate balance in the living environment. When the evening light falls, all movements gradually calm down, leaving behind the mark of a world that operates by instinct and natural order. And there, the lion still maintains its position as the one who walks in calm and majestic.